Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, so we are about to start our new batch, and the new batch is going to start mostly from Monday or Tuesday, once the number of students confirm. And in this batch, I will share you the course content so that we can review it all together and discuss your facts and everything, and then let's work on it. Yeah. So let me share you my screen. So this is the course content that we are going to take in this current batch that we are planning. So before even we start discussing about the course content and all, right, I want to say you one thing in clear for the people like who wants to know like who can join this particular course and all. This course is meant for people who wants to move into automation testing, who already have some knowledge in manual testing and all. And the prerequisite for this current course that we are going to start is basically a manual testing knowledge. Even though you don't have experience in manual testing is not a rocket science, as most of you know. It's easy to understand, so you can learn it parallelly as well. So in this course, we not only cover web application automation using Tosca, we also cover things like API testing, database testing, SAP automation as well. So we will start with all the software installations. You guys will know how to get the license and all. Most of you must be aware already that Tosca is not a open source tool. It requires license for you guys to start work on and all. And for the license will be valid only for a period of 8 weeks. So we will tell you how to get the license on your own. So you need not depend on us. Like even though in the future or even usually the license expires when you are learning Tosca only because it's only for 8 weeks, right? So even though if it expires, you guys know how to get your new license. You need not come back to me on that part. And we will also tell you how to go, and if you have any questions or doubts in Tosca, what is the form that you have to go and look for, and what are the different kinds of certifications you can register for. We will assist you with 7 certifications. Those are the basic certifications like automation specialist level 1, level 2, test design specialist, automation engineers, and API and database. Those are the topics that we are discussing as part of the course. So we will assist you with all of them. And in future, if you want to appear for more certifications also, you can use the similar site and get it done. And in this course, we will also work on the QTest integration with the Tosca. We will help you how to, we will let you understand because not everybody must be using QTest. But right now, most of the organizations are starting using QTest and all. It has many key features which not many of the other tools are supporting. So that's why we will just show you how the QTest works, and also we will help you with the QTest and Tosca integration, which is a very, very important thing that people in the like the interview people and all are looking for. Yeah, and and then followed by usually we will in the initial class we will work on single user environment, but later on in the upcoming classes and all we will move to the multi-user environment. We will teach you the admin things also, like for example, say like you are given a role of an admin. How do you guys handle it? Like how do you start if you are doing things from the scratch? And what is the framework that you have to set up if you are the very first person? If you are going into a company which already has all these things in place, how do you get to your work hands on, or how do you easily can get to the work and all these things? So we will help you with all of those things as well with the single and multi-user environment. And the next one is a server. So for the Tosca server, like we have different things here. Like initially, the very big headache is how do we actually maintain the server settings and all, or how do we set up the distributed execution in the server? How do we set up the test data services in the server? How do we manage our databases over there in the server? And there are some other things like we usually create server repositories and all, which are required for the QTest tokens, QTest integration, how to generate tokens. What if I'm facing a token expired issue or something like that? How do you handle it? So it's basically all the services that you have in the server. We will discuss all of them. We will install server. We will work on all of them. It's not about me teaching, it's you who is practically implementing it. So if I show you in the recording, that's the same I expect everybody to implement on their own. And if they are facing issues, I'm there to help you. Yeah. And yeah, coming to the Tosca commander side, these are the different sections we have: requirements, modules, test cases, and there are so many concepts in these sections. I wrote most of the concepts here, like in the subtopics, like, module merge or explicit name or control groups and all. These are all the subtopics. There is nothing much to highlight. I want to highlight only the very big topics actually, which I covered almost there. And then within the test cases, again, people will ask you about the reusability concepts. So we will also discuss about the reusability concepts. How can you reuse things and all? How is it promoted? And then we have another important section which makes Tosca different from other tools such as test case design section. We will also work on those things. And we will also work on buffers. Buffers are nothing but the variables. And working on tables with Tosca is a bit confusing, is what I always observe. So we will work on different scenarios on tables. It's not just about, getting a particular information from the table. Sometimes your tables might have some other controls inside it, like embedded controls, they call it. Like your table will be having some text boxes or check boxes inside it. So how do you handle those kind of tables? Sometimes your table might be identified as a div control itself. How do you handle that, those type of scenarios? Or sometimes you might have some dynamic tables which keeps on loading and loading as you scroll down. How do you handle? So there are different concepts in tables again. So we will discuss all of them in the classes, and we will work on all of them. Again, it starts from the low level, goes to the medium level, and then complex level. There are different kinds of weights and there are different expressions, not only date and time expressions. We also have random expressions and all, random numbers, random text, or random regular expressions. So there are multiple expressions in Tosca. So we will cover all of them also. And then comes to the data driven testing. Data driven testing can be done by either test case design in Tosca or by using an Excel sheet. So we will discuss both the scenarios. So when you are working in real time, you can choose which one actually fits you and you can accordingly work on it. And finally, we have the execution section where we not only cover execution list, we also work on test mandates. We also work on creating some test events for the distributed execution and all. So there are many things that we have to learn in the execution. Report generation, especially once you are saying your manager, like, I completed my work, you have to generate a report and show them, right? So which kind of reports we use, which reports to send to managers, which reports to send to internal team members for the debugging purposes and all. So we will discuss all of them. And once we complete this UI things, whatever we have seen right now, these are the same concepts which apply to other kinds of applications also, like data driven testing, for example, I'm saying. So data driven testing is same for Salesforce or SAP or UI, web application or desktop application. But the concept which differs across all these four applications is how do you handle that particular application. So we will teach you this difference, how to handle different technologies of applications, different tech stack of the application. So because of this, you can use the similar concepts again in your SAP engine that we are covering. So the only thing that differs is how do you work on the modules part of the SAP, or what are the different standard modules that are available only with respect to SAP. So we will teach you those, and again the same concepts come up here. We will show you an example how things work and all. Similarly,
Ramya, sorry to interrupt.
yes,
So are you sharing the screen?
yes, I'm sharing my screen.
I don't see you.
What about others?
Yeah, we can see.
I think there is a problem with your
Okay.
connection. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ramya, I can see the PDF.
Yes. Yeah. And we will send you this PDF document also. Just WhatsApp me, and I will send you this course content document as well. Yeah. And then the same, but whereas coming to API, things are very, very different in Tosca. It has its own API scan window and all, which is bit similar to Postman. So we will work on the REST API. We will work on how do we scan things over there. We will work on the test cases and the same again, the reusable functionalities or the data-driven test cases. Again, you can have all these concepts coming up here also. Similarly, the database. How do you handle a single database? How do you handle multiple databases together? So we will have the similar kind. How do you compare things? Like if you want to take something from the database and compare it with the UI, how do you handle those? So these kind of concepts also will be covered here. And in all these topics, when we are going through each of them from the day one itself, we will start discussing about interview questions and answers. Because when we are talking about one topic, that is the best place where we can discuss what kind of interview questions will be asked from that particular topic. And finally, at the end of the course, we will also have a session where we will exclusively discuss only about interview questions and answers. And even after this session, we will, at the end of the course, we will provide you some sample resumes, or if you guys wants to, get your resume reviewed by me, I can do that. And once, if there are any corrections that are to be done in the resume, we will help you with those. Like we will tell you, and you can work on it and come back to us. And once your resume, everything is okay, and if you want to take a mock-up interview with me, yeah, we can schedule a meeting personally, and we can have a mock-up interview as well. Usually that is something which is not part of the course, but we can do it. If you can WhatsApp me once you are ready, then we can do it. This is what we usually do with the current batch students also. And along this course, we also learn about best practices and all. And as I already told you, we will help you with the certifications also. I don't want to put everything on this page, and I really don't know how to put everything on this page. But when we are teaching, that is when I know, okay, from this concept, these are all the possible ways that is we can do, right? So that is how I teach. That's why my PDF is just, very short here. But yeah, my the length of classes is around 45 classes, and it is around five classes per week, Monday to Friday. And the timings are 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., and these timings and Monday to Friday classes are for the Indian people. If you are somebody from USA or Canada, it is Sunday to Thursday for us, and it is during the night. Yeah, so this is all about the course content and what we want to deliver to you in this course. If you have any questions or anything around this course content, feel free to ask me now. I'll stop sharing for a moment. Yeah, any questions?
Ramya, this is Pawan. So I have one question. So will Tosca support the legacy systems like IS400, something like that?
In older versions of Tosca, we used to have a concept called as Tosca Wizard, which is a different component, and they used to have something like classic modules, they say, and it used to support in older versions. But right now they got Vision AI in place. But when we are, working on the trial license, we may not get the license of the Vision AI.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. because in the class I can't teach you Vision AI, and you should not you should not join with that expectation, right? So that is why I'm telling you ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
we will not be having a chance to work on Vision AI. They what happens is this is something restricted to only licensed people, but
Got
it is no way different from the actual like the actual scan window that we are working. In addition to it, it has another concept called as UIDC controls, where user will be defining like this is the control area and all. So that's an additional concept that you have to cover. Other than that, everything is same with Vision AI.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thanks, Ramya.
yeah.
I don't know. So what about this mainframe testing? Yeah, like
The
so
same
can you share a couple of yes,
mainframe
what that is?
testing
Okay.
also the same answer applies for people looking for
Okay.
mainframes or legacy applications. Everything fall into the same category.
Okay. So you don't have you can't show that. And is there
Yeah,
any document at least where we can see the screenshots of Vision AI? So maybe in real time you would have applied that, right? So can we
uh,
get at least the document?
I think in the Tricentis manual itself, you will have those topics on the Vision AI. I think, yeah, they have something called as UIDC controls. If you can go and research, or else I can send you the Google, the URLs of the Tricentis official documents only. It is nothing,
Yeah,
nothing difficult. Actually, I can't show you, but I usually work on it, so I know how it works. That's why I'm just saying you orally.
yeah, because you know in real time
Yeah,
to
but
use, right? So, yeah.
without seeing it will be hard for you to understand in the imagination.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So this current course, we can't cover legacy applications, right? To
No,
say
no,
only web
we will
applications and
not
UI.
cover, yes, we will not
Hmm.
cover legacy applications in the current course.
Okay.
Ramya, I have one more question.
Yes, please go ahead.
You said, right, so we can do the API testing as well, right?
Yes,
So is that like you said, it is similar to the Postman, right? It is
yes.
similar to the Postman, right? So can we do the automation in I mean with respect to the API, or just we need to pass the parameters and then we need to check whether we are getting the response or not, or something like that?
You can even play with the parameters of the API, and you can also play with the status codes and all. So yeah, it's actually you can do in both the ways.
Okay, okay, good.
Even we will not only teach you just the API things. When we are working on API, I'll try to teach you on how to work with the JSON files also using Tosca.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
right, when we are sending GET, sometimes you will have multiple items. So
correct.
how do you handle these multiple items? One way is you can handle it directly from the Tosca. Another way is some people prefer to save it into a file and then play with that file later on. So we will teach you in all possible ways again there. I
Okay,
did not have it listed in the document.
it's okay now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry. This side
Yeah, please go
Pranav.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So are we going to see an example like integration of applications, like more than one application testing together through Tosca?
Uh, Actually, uh, I don't have anything to show you like that. But I'm just understanding. Okay, so because when we are playing here, right, we usually don't have the database connection of the demo web shop, because that is something that is given by Tricentis. Similarly, when we are working on database, this database is something which I have created. This is my own database. So yeah, but if you have some application which has both of this, yeah, we can do it, and I can explain to you how things work. I may not exactly show you the practical example of it. Or else we can do it in this way, like you can take the data from the database and then you can compare it with an Excel sheet and you can do that. Because this is something which is in our hands, right? That's all.
Yes, it's agreed. Yep, thank you.
Yeah.
I think we will get a support if it is required, right? And then I think that should be fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Ramya. One more
Hi.
question. So it supports all databases,
It supports
like
all
DB2,
databases.
Oracle.
Yeah, it supports all databases. I work on Sybase database. I worked on Oracle. I worked on SQL. Yeah, it supports all the databases. I never found any issue.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
Ramya,
about
one
DB2?
question.
Did you get chance to connect to that?
Sorry.
DB2 database. Did you get chance to work on that in your career?
No, I did not work on DB2 database, but definitely we can see if you want something like it basically when I say Tosca works on database, it's nothing but it goes to the ODBC driver or it either takes the connection string. So if you have the connection string of your database, you are all set ready to play with your database. Or else in every Windows computer we have ODBC, right? We will set something up over there like a DSN connection and that is how Tosca connects. So I think ODBC supports DB2, so definitely it will be able to connect.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ramya, I have one question. So you said, right, we can use the data-driven test as well, right? The
Yes.
frame. So can we use the, let's say, for example, we are using Selenium data framework, right? So can we include, like, can we import the same data framework in Tosca and then we can do it, or we have to create a separate data-driven framework?
No, this is totally different from Selenium.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I think we are good for mine.
Yeah.
I think I have. Yep, Ramya. So I think we are hearing the continuous testing kind. So are we covering on that front as well?
May know like what do you mean by
Yep.
sorry?
Continuous testing means people are
Like maybe CI/CD pipeline, like continuous integration.
You are not
Testing, right?
talking about CI/CD, right?
Yeah, I have less understanding it, but yeah, I think
Okay.
CI/CD with the right term.
Yeah, actually CI/CD and DEX integration, all of these are almost similar. And I can show you how to configure on it. Actually, I'm not very much, very particular that if I can show you CI/CD integration or not in the class, because I haven't tried or, get the trial versions of the particular Jenkins accounts and all. So I'm trying to get that. Once if I am able to get it done, then I can show you in the class, hopefully before the batch ends, or else might be I should do it in the upcoming batches once I have the things set up for my site. So I can't promise on you for that, but I will try to get it done is what I would say. Or else I can provide you with the knowledge base articles, but it is very much similar to the distributed execution only, which we are which we are working on right now in this batch.
Yeah, Ramya. So everybody are moving to cloud, right? So are we discussing about the cloud classes as well? So do we cover this topic in our course?
If
To connect to the cloud, like AWS or Azure. So how can we test with that?
yeah, if yeah, we will try to talk about that topic also, but it would be definitely at the end of the course.
Yeah, sure. Because we have some trial versions also, right? Like AWS or Azure. Maybe we can try it better.
Yes.
Did
If
you get
there
chance
is
to work on cloud?
see if there is something that is ready for trial, right? Only then I would go and try it on my own, and then I can show it to you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
And that is the problem I have. For example, if you're talking something about Salesforce, even though I know how to work on Salesforce, I don't have something to show on any relevant
Mm.
application to show other than from my office. I don't want to bring the office stuff here, so that's why I won't put it in the sheet that I am showing you as the course content.
Now, usually what we do, so how we can share the office content, so we actually, what, so we don't highlight that, right, what the sensitive information, right? So
Uh,
maybe we hide that and we can prepare some
no,
document and step by step we
act
can have it.
no. Actually, I'm not supposed to say any of those things here. I don't want to
Okay.
share it. Yeah. I work at a very high level and I have very, very sensitive data around me all the time. So that's the reason. I work as an architect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least we can understand something, right? So how can we do it, right, in real time? If we do it practically, then we can understand better. So that's what only the concern.
Yeah.
So theory part,
So
yes.
we have the demo things here on the websites and others, which are very much similar to the real world examples. And also I have some other websites which are in production actually being tested by some of my students when their particular companies and all. So I'll be providing you assignments on all those. Or sometimes some students approach me, Ramya, we are finding this problem in our company. So how do we handle this particular challenge? So even those kind of challenges, I will try to give it as an assignments for the batch, and I will see how people are trying to solve it. If not, we will assist you with the assignments also.
Yeah, that really helps us. And as maybe so by this time, so experience, right? So based on questions what you got from others, your students, maybe you might have documented all those, right? It might help us, right, if you share with us, because
Uh,
so this is the problem in real time they face, and this is the resolution we provided. The kind of document you have.
no, I don't have any such documents. I have everything in my brain.
No, it's with you. You don't want to share with anybody else.
No, that is nothing like that. Usually, you see, what I observe very much. I am working on this Tosca when it is from 8 version, and now it is 2023.2. What I observe here is people look at a different angle. If you really understand what actually Tosca is or how you actually can handle the technical things and all here, right? In your life, you will never ever face a challenge with Tosca. Trust me.
Mhm.
From actually in the initial days, I don't have any training material or any trainer to help me.
Yes.
I was learning on my own because it is 8 version and the tool was also not this capable. There are so many advancements that came on this tool, especially from the 14 and the 15 versions onwards. And by the time they came, I was very much confident on the tool that I understood all the technical things or the granular level things. So I never faced any challenges in my real time world. So that is why if you can understand what
Okay.
this tool is or how technical, what is the technical things that actually it is capturing, or how can we steer this tool. Tosca should not steer our applications, we should steer Tosca itself so that it will work on the applications. That is the ideology that we should implement. That is what we try to train the people also upon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But initially, so if you put some experience, maybe we face some issues, right? So
Yes.
that's what the even around that. No? So that's so much.
Yeah.
Once we used to that, then yeah. Okay, thank you.
So, Rami,
Okay.
what is the duration of this course? Like, how many days?
We have 45 classes in total where we will be having 5 classes per week, that is Monday to Friday, and timings are 8 to 9 a.m. IST.
Yeah, got it.
Ramya, since how long you're working in Tosca?
I started in 2014 actually on Tosca.
And how different is it like working in a real environment than to comparatively what we are going to do in the classes?
Actually, it will be almost similar. I would say it is 95% similar.
Like what we are going to automate here, kind of like any kind of application, like whether it's HTML or Fiori or GUI based application, whatever it is like kind of similar, just the configuration we need to do and go on. Is it?
Yes, that is what the difference is. The remaining concepts and all remain the same. And when we are working on SAP, we will also discuss about GUI applications. So once you already get hands-on with the web applications, and then if I am bringing GUI into your picture, then you will understand how different, what is the main key part that differs from all these applications.
Ramya, how you're going to demo with the SAP? You're going to show us a practical thing,
So for
automating
all,
SAP.
so for all the classes that I am taking, whether it could be API, whether it could be database, whether it could be SAP, whether it could be demo web applications, I'll make sure you guys are getting the softwares related to it. I'll make sure you are getting the applications also on the relevant URLs and other stuff where you can get all this. Yeah. We will, and I will give you the related transaction codes and all also for the SAP.
Okay. One
Yeah.
more thing is like, say suppose I have automated an process and there is an update for a particular process. So only that particular module I can able to rescan or automate it again, right? Remaining all the steps will be the same thing, right? So that is the added advantage of this Tosca, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And when you are rescanning the whatever changes that you have done, say like I have a control and there is a change in properties in the update, and I have
Hmm.
rescanned and got those particular properties updated, then you need not go to all other test cases or the test steps where you have placed used this particular test module attribute. It will automatically work in all the other locations as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more question from my side, Pranav here.
Yes.
So I think in Selenium we will have some kind of during execution we'll have failure cases. So what would be the pass percentage if we schedule through Tosca for a web-based application? What are
It
the
depends.
challenges? Yeah, please.
Yeah, so it depends. Actually, when I'm working here in my real time, right, I usually do not automate most of the applications because one person can't automate everything in a company. So for some applications, if say like if they are not having any proper maintenance, say like some developer has automated it and it's been 1 year that they did not work on it and they were working on another thing and all. So definitely they will be failing because there might be some property changes and all, but if you are doing the maintenance is very bare minimum here. You just need to schedule them to run every day so that to make sure everything is going fine. If there is any mistake, if anything is failing, that is when you can come back to them. And also you have some other techniques like the try and catch techniques that you have in Selenium, right? When you are facing some issues, exceptional handling techniques and all the same concepts are present in Tosca also. We will also learn how to handle this kind of stuff as well.
Okay, so I think in web application we'll have sync kind of issues, right? Synchronization. The application is stable, but still there could be some kind of synchronization issues or
Yeah,
because of
even
some delays. So those
yes,
things can be handled, right, in
yeah,
better way.
those
I mean to say, in
yes.
1,000 test cases, let's suppose 1,000 scenarios. So how much percentage we can expect if the application is stable is the question.
For example, if application is stable and if application remains the same, thousand, and if I say like all my 1,000 test cases were developed and they were tested and they were all working at the very first shot, and I'm giving them a second shot after a year, and everything remains same, all 1,000 will pass.
Okay. Yep. So we can, I think, yeah, unlike Selenium or other tool, so it is very stable and it will handles very smartly where
Yes.
we have the sync issues, especially.
Yes. That is the beauty of the tool, and the beauty will be enhanced only depending upon the developer's knowledge. It would not be the same if you are not handling it properly.
Okay. So we have all kind of solutions to handle all kind of applications. right?
Yes,
And then
all kind of problems that we usually
problems. I
see.
mean to say, yeah, yep, clear.
Yeah, Ramya, this is David. Look, may I know how the Tosca application will work on that guideware applications? Means like, same time we need to test both web and desktop applications at the for only one single test case. Is it possible to do that?
Like I work on desktop applications actually. So when I'm working on desktop applications and web applications together, right? It depends on the flow. So for me, I had scenarios where I work on web for the step one, and then go to the desktop version for the step two, and then I have to go back to an web application for the step three. Whereas for the step four, I need to go to a Cobalt application for the step four. Okay, and again I have to go to a database for the step 5. For all this, it is working super smooth. For here, the reason why I mentioned Cobalt is this is also one technology that Tosca doesn't handle automatically. You have to use this Vision AI feature of Tosca to handle Cobalt applications. And this is one of the oldest technologies, I think so. Yeah. So
Yeah,
when I say
actually, I would like to explain about one,
yes,
I mean, like one functionality in my current organization, like, somewhere like we created some data in web application where we get the data from, I mean, the relevant data from the desktop application. So once we get the data, we need to run a query in the database. Okay. So all together, we need to execute the same, I mean, the test case in a one place itself. So there is a lot of scenario, a lot of test cases for that particular functionality. So that's what I'm trying to ask about this question.
yeah,
Like, how this handle.
yeah, this is handled well. Actually, I worked on those scenarios. That's why I'm very much confident when I'm answering you. So I
Yeah.
have desktop applications for .NET technology, from COBOL technology, and I have things from web, and then I have this Sybase database again. Not even SQL database. Sybase is something very different again. So yeah, everything is handled smoothly.
Okay, great. And so as you said, like AI vision is the separate one, right? Like
Vision AI,
how?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, vision AI is separate thing. So we don't have access for this, right? For that
Yes.
vision AI. So how this course content will cover the vision AI topics?
So in this course content, we will not be showing you anything related to Vision AI, but Vision AI is no way different from the HTML engine that we use to scan the web applications. There is only one concept that is present in advance to the Vision AI, which they call as UIDC controls. I can give you the documents or articles, or even if you go to Google, even though and look for Vision AI concepts. That is what they will be there. Other than that, no other additional topics are present only with respect to Vision AI. And Vision AI is something which we use only if for the legacy applications or only for the applications which are not supported by Tosca. So when I say .NET applications, I need not go for Vision AI because I already have .NET engine in place. If I see SAP applications, example GUI applications, I use SAP engine. If I have Fiori SAP applications, I have HTML engine for all web-based ones. So I use the same. Similarly, if I have something on the web, automatically I use the HTML engine. Along with this particular two engines or three engines we discussed right now, we have additional engines like UIA engine and all, where it depends. In this classes, we will also discuss how do you determine which engine to be used when, and all these things also.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So Ramya, is there any defect management tool that we can integrate with Tosca?
We are integrating QTest. QTest is the test management tool. You can manage your defects, you can manage your test cases, you can manage your requirements and releases as well.
Okay, in QTest, right?
Yeah.
even we can we integrate the Jira? Let's say, for example, when
Usually, if you are having Jira, yeah, you can integrate Jira also, but Jira with Tosca is not that beautiful combination. So what we usually, what I observed in many companies is they take Jira for the requirements and all, for the user story purposes and all, and they have QTest for the test management purpose. Like we used to have early ALM earlier, right?
Yeah.
So we integrate Jira with QTest, and then we also integrate QTest and Tosca.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So this Tosca belongs to,
Tricentis.
Tricentis. Oh, okay. Tricentis belongs to Accenture. I heard somewhere.
No,
I heard, Ramya. Okay.
no. Tricentis is an individual corporation.
Okay. Got it.
After completion
So
of this,
Jira, we can't integrate. We can't integrate Jira to Tosca so directly. So we should
You
be
can
doing.
do it, but that is something, actually a QTest belongs to Tricentis and Tosca also belongs to Tricentis. When you have two tools that belong to Tricentis, right, they have more features and all for you to work on. So, and they also make some good things where, for example, how it actually looks like is once I integrate QTest and Tosca together, any manual tester can go to the execution in the absence of an automation tester and still can trigger the runs and can look at the results of the test cases. Similarly, if a manual tester finds something that is relevant for automation, he need not communicate with automation tester. He can directly create a test case and just send it to the Tosca workspace where the automation tester is working. And there he can see, oh yeah, I got a test case. Let me automate. And once he automates, again, this guy can again send it back to the manual tester, like without even physical communication or this tech communication and all. They can talk via tools itself.
Okay, the for requirement, right? So we are tracking in the requirement. So how do you integrate? So we need to integrate with QTest or so directly with Tosca.
Usually it is you can integrate either with Tosca, but what I mean to say is you can integrate Jira with Tosca. But when you integrate Tosca with Jira, there is another third party tool where you have to buy the license and all to work on this integration. Now, I think it is Tasktop or something. I don't really remember the name right now, but there is some other third-party tool where you have to buy the license and all. So it is something very tricky and it is not as smooth as QTest and Tosca. That is the reason companies prefer QTest and Tosca. And the QTest and Jira integration is also very smooth again. So that's why they take requirements from the Jira, get it onto the QTest. Same way they take automation and get it onto the QTest.
Ramya, if we get a license for Tosca, so the QTest will also be used, right? Or still we need to
No, actually for QTest you will get only 15 days period of life trial version.
Okay, so they'll be charging for QTest as well.
Yes, different charge for QTest and different charge for Tosca. And when we are talking in terms of what are the costs and everything, so the costs are different based on the license type that your company is buying from Tosca perspective. Like there are different kinds of licenses, such as execution only license, and they have some packs of licenses together also. So depending upon the number of licenses and all you buy, they will help you to sort this out and they will help you in that way.
Thank you.
Oh, so Ramya, how the the tester documents, like is the test plan kind of things will able to do in that tool?
In the tool, you cannot create any test plan documents and all. But if you are having any documents, obviously, as every other tool, it also has the attachments tab where you can attach your things based on the test cases or the requirements and everything. Yeah, but you have to work on your own. The beauty of QTest is actually the insights. I am not, if you have QTest in your company or something like that, Insights is the reporting section of the QTest where we can create our own dashboards, where we can schedule our reports and all. And that is the most key feature which is making it different or which is making it more beautiful. And they are bringing so many updates on those insights. And also, I will tell you something interesting with QTest is, for example, in the Zira tool or some other tool, I don't know if that feature is available or not. I believe that it is not available for the data-driven test cases. Say like I have a test case which differs only by the class code, okay, and there are 200 class codes. So how do you guys create this test case in Zira? Will you create all 200 test cases? Or will you create just one test case and then again? So when you are executing, then what happens? In the execution tab also, if you are creating only one test case, then you will get only one test case in the execution tab, right? But in QTest, we have this feature which they call as parameters and datasets concept, where you can create only one test case in the test design for our data-driven testing purpose. Whereas when we are executing, we get all 200 test cases over there.
Okay.
Yeah, there are so many things that we can discuss.
Yeah, correct.
Even we can get the requirements in QTest
Yes,
instead
yes,
of Jira. Only for requirements we have to go for Jira, right? Instead of that, so then we can have QTest itself, right?
yes,
Everything.
yes. We can even have the requirements within QTest also. Or if you are using Jira, you can integrate with QTest and you can get your requirements into the QTest also.
So Ramya, how can we maintain the created scripts? Are we using any central repository or thinking somewhere where we can automate the builds and send all the scripts at a time, or is there any specific repository that that we can be used for
No,
any?
no, it will be the same multi-user repository only that we usually use. There is nothing relevant to repository actually. It's the maintenance plan that you guys have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Ramya.
Hi.
Uh, yeah, actually, I have seen some of your, some of your lectures somewhere, like one of my friends suggested me. So may I know, like, how different is, their that classes is from this classes which you are
Yeah.
going to take right now, apart
Actually,
from that self-questioning asked part?
yeah, actually, I think some of you might have gone to the Hindupur channel. Actually, that is the channel being maintained by one of my previous batch students. So our channel is Tosca Trainings by Ramya in YouTube. And these class videos are also very old and they were taught on 14 version, 14.2 or something like that. Yeah, and it is one of the oldest batches that I am taking. So topics have there are many key features that Tosca Tricentis people have put on to Tosca right now. There are so many differences, and even the course content. If you look at the previous course content, you will not have anything related to QTest integration and all, right? And also, you may not have some other key concepts also. Say, like if we are talking about um, say like we are talking about SAP concepts in this course, you will not find it over there. Say like we are talking about JSON validations and all in this course, you will not find it over there. Yeah, so with the current industry or the current market trends and all, I also make sure that
You have
my
also
course,
upgraded yourself by,
yes, I also upgrade the course content that I am delivering it, because when I train some people and when they are going out and getting into interviews, right, the questions the panel ask also changes depending upon the usage of the tool that they uh, people started using Tosca a lot, especially during from the COVID period. So now they are also looking into server things. If you are still going and answering the basic questions, nobody is ready to hire you. So that's why we also upgraded our course content. Yeah.
So Ramya, will it work for the startup applications? because why I'm saying, I'm not very sure how Tosca will work on, because I gone through some of demos and all. So mostly for the existing application, we'll scan the application and we'll create the modules requirements and test case as well. So if the application don't have any kind of UI, so mainly basic thing what we create the test cases by manually in Jira or Excel sheet or whatever, right? So without having any UI part, how can we create test cases and all, test design and all for that any kind of startup? Is it
Yeah, even
possible to do?
without proper UI things and all, we have this feature called as Vision AI, as we discussed earlier, right? So that is
Oh,
some kind of new implementation that they got. So Vision AI actually not only helps us with the applications which we cannot scan, but also helps us with these kind of challenges where you guys will be showing the graphs of the picture, like you will have the UI based designs with you, right? So we will be scanning those UI based designs, and there you will be provided an option where you can say like select this particular area as a text box, or select this particular area as an OK button, and these are going to be my properties. These are all the assumptions that I am doing in there. So it is also the same as the XScan window. You just scan it and you just get the module, and then you create the same, again follow the same things which we do for the other applications, and you create your test cases and everything. And once your application is ready, and if it once it is delivered to you, right, then you will start running. And definitely I would say it will not be pass for sure, because everything will not be same, and this is some feature that now they are just upgrading. They are doing some advancements in this. So definitely you will have issues, but there are some very easy methods to fix the issues, like it could be a rescan, or you can use the reusability concept, so that wherever you have the same test step, you can get it fixed within a single shot. And there is some class methods and all, so we will discuss them. So once you can quickly fix it, your test case is all set ready to sail. Like you need not wait for the entire period for the developers to develop your applications. You can start working on automation testing even before the UI has been developed.
okay, okay.
Yeah, this applies for new features, right? The new features they are going to add on the existing UI. So then
Yeah.
also we need to use Vision AI.
Yes, this is with Vision AI only, but again, this is all the same thing again. There is nothing much different with Vision AI. Even with Vision AI, we get the same modules there. We get, and the only thing that differs is the properties of the modules. Here, you are the one who set the properties of the modules. So once we start working on XScan window, then you guys can clearly understand what is the thing that is going to be differed in Vision AI. That's all.
Yeah, for the new fields, right? Suppose we don't have that particular field, then so even we don't have any UI UX, so still we go and so for the test case, by scanning that, or that's
Yes.
what you mean to say?
Yes.
Okay. So these scenarios also included, right? Suppose?
No, we don't have the Vision AI license.
No, not Vision AI, I think. At least how can we, in interviews they
Yeah.
ask, right? Suppose
Yeah,
there is any
definitely.
text field or OK buttons. So how you come up with this, right? So only if it's suppose for the existing application, we have all the features. Suppose so client asks for new feature, like as a text box or button. So for that, how can you write the test case? How can you scan or something like questions will come
Yes.
up, right? And for
Yeah.
that, how can we explain?
Yeah, I can show you something similar, and I can tell you what is the difference, where which area actually differs and all. Yeah, I can give you the maximum of it.
Hi, Ramya.
Hi.
So this Vision AI concept can be used for the HTML applications?
You can use it, but I would recommend go with the HTML engine. If you have something really, that you can't scan, then only we go for the Vision AI. There are some challenges with Vision AI also, which I don't want to discuss now. Yeah, so we also have many challenges with Vision AI. That is the reason I'm not promoting it that much as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before this Vision AI, so how you were doing like for the new feature, right? So,
Then they were not supporting these things. Like the current scenario that we discussed without even UI, yeah, they were not supporting this.
only
We
for the
use,
existing features.
yeah, existing UI screens only we used to automate. And for the other legacy applications, we used to have a different framework that is classic, and we used to create
So wizard, you said, right?
yes, by using the Tosca wizard. Those are object maps, they call it. Yeah, somebody, Hari Krishna, I think somebody was asking some question.
Yeah, my question has been answered.
Okay. Yes,
Hi,
Madhu.
Ramya. Like after completion of the course, so like certifications and all, like so how we can able to complete the certification is required to attend the interview.
So after the completion of the course, we will tell you how to register for the certifications at the very beginning of the course itself, so that you guys can parallelly complete the videos also. Like you need not actually look into the videos, you can just skip them and get ready for the certification. And at the time of certification, most of my previous batch students, I proudly say, they completed all the certifications on their own. They did not take any of the help, and they were sharing me their marks also, which I was very happy. So I hope the same happens with this batch also. Once the course is complete, I am very, very sure you guys can complete your own certifications. But say like I have some dependency, or say for some people, it's like they have to complete the certification even before the course ends and all, because they are enrolling in all, right? So there are different scenarios. So we usually offer help also to you to complete the certifications. You need not worry about the certifications.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys don't have any other questions, then we can wrap up this call. Usually I show Tosca and all in most of my demos, but I want to make this demo more different. So that's the reason I did not show anything related to Tosca. I want this to be as interactive as possible. Yeah, and we are going to get our website also. Currently, we are developing our own website, and mostly it will be hosted in couple of days. And then I will send you the website details also, which has the same course content or the course highlights, and who can enroll and what are the prerequisites and all this stuff. Yeah, so please do let us know if you are interested about the course. Okay, if you are really interested, please WhatsApp me. Yeah, and I am looking forward for you all so that we can discuss more. Yeah, it's nice meeting you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Ramya. Thanks for your time.
Thank you,
Thank
Ramya.
you.
Yeah. Bye.